Arizona, homeowner's best friend.
And the Urban Farm, our final segment here, Farmer Greg joining us online, and in studio, Don Guerra of Barrio Bread. And I will tell you, I have been on the go the last week. In fact, I was doing the math here during the break. It's been 22 hours since I ate last.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And it was just, I'll eat it the next stop. I'll eat it the next stop. I'll eat it the next stop. And I just never stopped. And walking in here and having this, and it just makes me think, I love bread. And you hear so many people saying, oh, bread's bad. I'm like, bread's like the oldest known thing we humans eat. It can't suddenly be bad in the last decade. Like you said earlier, we've messed the process up.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Sourdough bread making is the way to go. And during COVID, we saw just a spike in everyone trying to make sourdough bread, people creating YouTube videos, everyone's at home making the bread. And it's, I think, gained in popularity, but to think about how ancient this process is and why it was made and how many people it nourished, and how when you take a simple process and keep it simple, you have great benefits from it. So learning from the past, I think we've just changed so much with industrial revolution, with the mono ag of hard red wheat that's dominated the North American landscape, and just going with the one grain and making a bread dough and making as fast as you can. When you speed up the process, you lose a lot of the nutritive value of the product. You lose a lot of flavor, you lose a lot of texture. And now it's just about going back to doing it in a slow way, slow food,
And if I understand right, sourdough, it is gluten-free, correct?
Yeah, correct. You can say maybe not totally gluten-free is the term, but reduced gluten. When you use the sourdough as a leavener, it creates the enzymes that break down starches and proteins. So it denatures that protein strand, and at the end, you're left with a virtually gluten-free food. Very low inflammatory, especially when you use the older varietal grains like the einkorn, which dates 9,000 years ago.
Wow.
People growing and harvesting this grain for food consumption. And this just blows my mind that now I'm able to use this grain and make bread, and beautiful bread. I figured that grain out. Some of the ancient wheats are difficult to work with because they don't hold water the same. They don't have the same protein or gluten structure. But when you learn how to work with them, you can make some incredibly beautiful, tasty bread. And it's changed people's diets. It really has. People that say, I'm gluten-free, I really haven't touched bread in a decade. I have these einkorn fanatics at the bakery every Tuesday, Thursday when I make it in Tucson, and they're the first in line, and it's the first that sells out. But they tell me how it's just changed their whole nutrition, changed their diets, and they need to have it. It's not, I want to have it as just a bonus, it's, life, a little extra treat. But this is one of the mainstays of their diet. Because bread is a healthy food when you do it right, and you don't load it up with any sugars. You just let everything ferment naturally. You can unlock that potential of the seed. In these seeds, there's amazing benefits, nutritive and flavor, that you can only create with the sourdough. So if you can unlock that seed with a sour medium that drives the pH down, you unlock that magic and all that good stuff in the seed, and the expression is something that's going to treat your body well.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for doing that. This is amazing work you're doing in the local food economy and the local grain economy.
Rosie on the house, every Arizona homeowner's best friend.